Does anyone still remember this news about Onyx despite the hypothetical price of XCN, to my perspective, not hypothetically doing the best? Well, yeah, I do. And let me show you what I'm talking about, even though nothing I say is financial advice. Well, remember the news when it comes to Onyx and Robinhood? Well, Onyx made an update when it comes to that, and they say how supposedly when it comes to XCN, it's now officially, on Robinhood, and we take a look at it when it comes to the aspect of the US and as well as the EU. So I find this pretty cool when it comes to something like Onyx. Now, is this really doing much when it comes to XCN? Nah, not really. I mean, XCN currently is like nearly 57 times lower than 25 cents. So clearly it's not doing the best, but you know what? I'm still staying patient. I don't have to, but I'm still doing it anyways, even though, again, it's my personal decision. However, even besides that, I am not telling anyone to do anything, but here's the thing. When I see something like in the magnitude of this scale, I would say, because again, Robinhood is pretty popular. Imagine if, let's say, there was an altcoin season. This type of stuff could be completely different in terms of the sentiment. And also, my point of view is that if I take a look at it historically, would something like Cardano's native token called ADA, would that have done what it did back in 2021 without the listings that we kind of saw it have, right? In the beginning of 2021, or let's say in 2020 and 2019 and all this, if let's say it didn't have those type of hypothetical listings, would it have done what it did to the extent that it did back in 2021? I think hypothetically, maybe not, right? Because if let's say it has better exposure, it has better notoriety, seeing what it did back in 2021 would not surprise me. But let's say it didn't have that notoriety. If let's say the listings weren't the best or something like that, then seeing what it did back in 2021, it'd be pretty hard for me to even imagine that. So this is why I think that when it comes to Onyx, sure, it may not kind of reflect it towards XCN as of right now, but who knows? What could it be? Let's say next year in 2026, in which we're kind of approaching as of right now. I mean, we're sort of near the end of 2025 at this point. So I do like kind of the initiative here. Now, will there be an altcoin season in 2021? I cannot control that. But then at the same time, I still think that something like this is pretty cool because, again, in the magnitude of Robinhood, we take a look at Onyx. A lot of people thought that, people forgot about this. Some people do think that way, and it is what it is, right? But I have not forgotten about it, and also I've not forgotten about this Robinhood news. So I do like seeing them make an update when it comes to this because, again, I think it kind of shows that they do care about the project. Again, sometimes a lot of people like to say no one really cares about it, but at a time like this, especially with the sentiment being the way it is when it comes to Onyx right now, a lot of people kind of underestimating its layer one blockchain. A lot of people kind of underestimating what it's really doing. Just, of course, the sentiment overall is not doing the best, and also because, the price of XCN is not doing the best. I get the sentiment there, but then at the same time, I feel like I have to take a look at things objectively, right? If I ignore the hypothetical price of XCN, what do I think of XCN and the fundamentals of Onyx overall? I must say that I don't think it's the best. I don't think it's the most revolutionary. I don't think it's the greatest, but at the same time, I still like it. So, even though it's not the best, I have to take a look at it objectively. And when I do take a look at it that way, I feel like it just doesn't seem like a project that is bad fundamentally to me. I cannot speak on anyone's behalf, but I'm just saying. When I take a look at something like Onyx, again, I find this pretty interesting. I find it pretty cool in my perspective. I am not telling anyone to do anything, but then again, XCN is clearly way down as of right now. Again, 25 cents is just very far away. However, who knows what things could be in 2026? Only time will tell, but I do like seeing stuff like this, so I wanted to make a video to talk about it and just explain my kind of perception when it comes to this. I'm still staying patient, though I haven't given up when it comes to XCN. I don't have to not give up. I could easily just not care about this, but, I am still staying patient, and yeah, that's pretty much about it, even though I'm not telling anyone to do anything. I want to say thank you for watching. I hope you all have a nice day. I'm out. Peace. Bye.